Hi there, happy villagers. It's Ken here again from Ken's Christmas Village. I've noticed recently that certainly on the Lemax UK site, people have been asking about what can you do with a building that's illuminated by moonlanders if you don't want to use moonlanders. And I've been seeing some conversations about the fact that the sockets on the back of these are going to change, and many of us have got the adapters that have just got these sockets on the end, which won't necessarily work with the new moonlanders. But anyway, what I thought about doing was finding a new way to light these small buildings without using moonlanders, just using LEDs. Now, many of you will have seen that I fitted LEDs to vans and market stalls over the last year, and there are many videos on my YouTube channel, Ken's Christmas Village, if you want to go and look, and it will explain to you where you buy these LEDs, how to use them, how to solder them to little sockets like this that you can fit on the back of your buildings. But actually what I wanted to do was try and develop a system that required no soldering, because a lot of people don't have soldering irons, a lot of people don't want to do soldering, a lot of people don't like figuring out which socket to use and using solder at all. So I was looking for a very simple solder-free way to light a building. And this is what I've come up with. So these are the LED strips that I've shown you before. You can buy these in different lengths. So this one's got 4 lights on it, this one's got 2. And actually these ones, what you can actually do is snip them through that line in the middle, and you can make them into a 3, a 2, or even a 1. Very cheap to buy from a company that I buy all my LEDs from called Small Scale Lights. Links are on my YouTube channel, so you can find out from there. If not, send me a message and I'll send them to you. But how do we put these in a building? Really, really simple, without using any solder, no messing about, very easy. Okay, you may also have seen these. These are replacements for these Lemax plugs, but they fit into a matching socket, which I've got here. Okay, so these plugs fit in the socket, and that's how they're sold. Sometimes as a pair, sometimes separately. Amazon, very cheap. But what they also do, the sockets take these, they take the Lemax plug, just plugs in. So, and to wire these up requires no solder at all. Look, 2 little holes in the end, little tiny Phillips screwdriver. You just pop your wires in, screw it up, no solder. So simple to use. So how do you then illuminate a building using these? Again, very simple. On any building that's got a moonlander used, it's got a hole on the back. Now, you will see my original plan was to fit a socket into this, but you will see, because I've got masking tape on here, that this morning I tried to drill a hole in the back of one of these, and I got about as far as that. So without going to buy, and I used a wood bit, which normally you can use on the plastic market stalls and the trucks. I used a ceramic bit, I used a metal bit, and I still couldn't get through this stuff. Now I'm sure I can find out what I can drill through this with, excuse me, because there must be something, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother. Why drill a hole when all I need to do is dangle a wire out the back and then fit on the end one of these, and I can plug into this. And I'll show you how I use this on other things as well. So what I've done here, you will see that these little LEDs have a sticky strip on the back. So I've peeled off some of this sticky and poked it in there. I poked it inside, just stuck it with my finger. I've left it sort of, you can see, I've left it sticking up there so you can see how it works. I would probably put it a little bit further down or maybe on the side, but I just wanted to do this quickly to show you how simple it is to do. So I've just used an LED, sticky LED, put my finger in there, stuck it to the inside. I'm now going to connect that to my Lemax plug it in, and I've got a building that's illuminated by my LEDs. No soldering, no tricky wiring, something very, very simple to do. So what do you do with this? You do with that exactly what I've done on this little stall here. So I wanted to illuminate this puppet experience. But I didn't want to put a massive socket on the back, and I know some people have put sockets stuck to the back. I wanted to keep it quite simple. So I've done something, again, very simple. I drilled one tiny little hole. You can just see it on the top there. Through that, I poked one of the very, very fine, tiny LEDs that you will have seen me use on other buildings. I put them in the trucks. I put them in one of the little trucks. And then on the back, I taped the wire down the back with a bit of gaffer tape. You can cut this in half very simply to make it narrow. Tape that down the back. Remember, nobody looks at the back of these things anyway. And then I've got a wire coming off the bottom to one of these sockets. And I plugged that in to my Lemax adapter. And now I've got a puppet theatre with a light in. Now, you might think, well, do I want all these wires hanging off of the back of my buildings? You're going to have a wire coming to the back of your building anyway. And these wires are so fine that it's really easy to bury these under snow and then poke these away somewhere where you can then connect up to. So actually, these sockets are very, very easy to hide under things and behind rocks and stuff like that. Sometimes they're easier to get this to your building than it is the moonlander cable, because the moonlander cable is quite thick. So these are actually very easy to hide and destroy and disappear. So there you have it. A really, really simple way to fit a light inside a building that's got a moonlander, or also a very simple way to fit, just trying to find my socket here to remind you what it looks like. A very simple way to fit a light into anything you've got. If you don't want to fit a jack socket to it, one little hole, get the LED through, stick it to the inside, and there you go, an illuminated building. Very, very simple for anyone to do. So with this, all I would then do is get a piece of tape. I'd take this to the back, so it's just stuck down there, and then that cable disappears off into the distance to plug in wherever I want to plug it into. Now these you can buy, when you buy these, you can get, Jennifer will put different lengths of cable on them for you. So if you want a longer cable to your LED, I'm sure Jennifer will do that. Anyway, just a very quick, simple way of fitting a light to something that's got a moonlander fitted to it. I hope you found that useful and interesting. Happy villaging, and see you all again soon. Bye for now.